Hello, it's about 2 p.m. and this morning in the early hours, about 1 a.m. I kicked off the latest export. I was planning to do it at 12 and I nearly made it, but at 11 I had beans on toast. So yeah, and before that I can't remember. Things have been going on though. So just to set up today. Yep, so that's it. 1 o'clock I kicked off the export. I went to bed and woke up here and there. Near time I woke up I had a sip of water, checked Google Chrome remote to see how the export was doing, and it gave me an ETA of I don't know. Kept on changing, so I didn't really have a settled ETA. But as I say, I slept, woke up, had a bit of water, checked remote, went back to sleep, woke up, you know, so I had intermittent sleeping, and every time that happened I was checking on the remote, thinking it would crash. It always crashes first and then it works the second time round. And you're probably thinking this is Caden Live video editor with my custom settings, but no, it's not. Suffice to say that export finished at 11 and I woke up at 6 and stayed awake, and it's for the second morning in a row it's become a routine now that I wake up at 6. An export will be running in the background. You don't know who's next to you, do you? And in this case there's nobody. Yeah, so the routine yesterday and today, the export's running, there's nothing I can do, so I stay in bed, and what I do is between 6 and until the export finishes, I read the book. And after day 1, I read 50 pages. Day 2, I didn't make a note of, but I know I surpassed 20 pages. And the story's all coming back to me now, bits and pieces of it. So I hope I hadn't read it all. It'd be such a shame that I get to the last page and everything before then I actually read. The book's that thick, as you may have seen. So that's that. That's some news there about the reading front. I thought I was going to take it in terms of the recordings, you know. While the laptop's busy doing its thing, I'll be watching a show, take a break, read something, read a chapter, record and so on. But no, it seems to be working nicely this way. Doing a 6 o'clock to 11 o'clock reading, 5 hours. But on and off, every hour I check the remote. So I'm not using Kdenlive apparently. Well, what happened was I looked at vlogs 951 to 954, which were exported in Kdenlive using my custom export, and it wasn't high quality. It's 4K, but it's not high quality. It seems to be a bit misty, cloudy. So the thing is, when I edit it, because it's proxied, the playback quality isn't the original quality, so I don't know what it's like until it's exported. Even though I do a quick check before I upload it, I didn't spot the quality. It's not an adverse quality, but it's not true quality. So there you have it. The proof of the pudding was in the final YouTube upload, which I saw for the first time yesterday. And I thought, the first thing I did was, getting a bit hot in here, was to delete the custom export. I'm never going to use it again. And coincidentally, I had reason to uninstall it altogether. And the coincidence was DaVinci Resolve had released a final version of 17.2. Yeah, I don't know how I worded that actually. They released 17.2 because there's no point whatever, it's a final release, you know, it's a stable release. So I read that, and the main changes to the DaVinci Resolve was it auto saves, and when I read that I thought, well, there's only one other video editor that doesn't give you the option to save. It automatically saves for you, and that of course, that is Lightworks. So that was one noticeable change. Another noticeable change was the startup. You know, I used to go on about DaVinci taking 2 minutes to start, but now it's not even 30 seconds, like 10-15 seconds, which is good, of course. But the question is, so what about DaVinci? Why did you give up Kdenlive when you know DaVinci has been giving you a black screen every time you started it? Even though you proxied it, it's still a black screen. Why go back to DaVinci? Because it occurred to me that I was creating these projects using a timeline matching the clip. So if the clip is 4K, I was making the timeline settings 4K. And I know that if I leave the timeline alone to the default, which is 2K or HD, then it works as it had done before. So that I thought, well, I'll do that, I'll try that, see if that's okay. Because after all, the thing about DaVinci is you leave the default alone. If you drag in some clips and it finds it's different to the project settings already set up, it will change it to match the clip. And because it doesn't do that, it means, well, best let sleeping dogs lie. So I did it. I ran I generated proxies in DaVinci, and it was taking 15 hours to do it. And I thought to myself, you know what it is? Every time it's auto-saving while it's generating proxies. And I thought, I wonder if the developers know that. So I bombed out of it and reran it. Get the same thing, I suppose, now. Well, maybe it's because there are other items running, like file transfers and uploads. Yeah. It's not good to export with everything else in the background running. But if you do a proxy in the background, that's different. And I think that had an adverse effect, what with the auto-saving. So when everything else stopped, I just rerun the proxy generation. There's nothing else in the background, even though it was auto-saving, but I wasn't still sure about that. And that took about 3 hours, which I thought was probably much better than 15 hours. So anyway, the proxies are done. And what I did was, I was behind on 2 vlogs. 955, which coincidentally goes up, will go live tomorrow. Yes, and 956. And what I did was I transferred 955, proxied 955, then transferred 956, and then proxied 956, and then I edited 955, which I did yesterday. So all this took a lot of time, and by the time it all finished, it was late. So 955 I edited yesterday, and it was plain sailing, and 956 I'm editing when I get back. And then I noticed whenever I did a change, like I did some animation, and that was changing the position of a clip, just moving it from top to bottom, and I have to keyframe it, you know. And every time I made a change to a keyframe, it would take I would get the not responding symbol, and I thought, it's auto saving every time I do a change, no matter how little. It stops and doesn't auto save. And with a laptop that's 5 years old, it's going to do that. So what I did was I disabled autosave, and now it's back to normal. The edit was smooth, the playback was smooth, the playback quality is Minecrafty. But if I need to look at something, I've got a couple of keys I press, and I can see the original quality if I need to check something out. So that 16.2, 17.2. Did I say 16.2? I think it's 17.2 version. Yeah. So I was watching the vlog, one of the Sunday vlogs that I watch all the time, by a ex-actress turned radio presenter who has a vlog. I watched that, and then YouTube recommended me somebody else who was just like her. This time she was an ex-TV reporter from TVM. She's similar age to this radio presenter. She's got a vlog. She has connections to Brighton and Horsham, just like the radio. And she's brilliant in this one because she's mainly in Brighton. So she goes to places like Lewes, Burling Gap, and I thought, whoop, I'm subscribing to you straight away. Obviously you're in the neighbourhood. Yeah, and what I'm trying to get around to saying is, what she said was that today, Monday, with the lockdown restrictions easing even more, she said we'll be able to dine indoors from today. So I was pleased to hear that. Right, that's about it I think I can think of. I'm sure there are other items. Mention the book, the habitual reading, the Caden Live custom export issues, new release of DaVinci Resolve, and going back to the old timeline setup. Yes, disabling autosaving. I'm sure there's more, but that's what I can think of. Yeah. Right. Now I've been to Sainsbury's. I am off. There we go. Pay attention. Oops. You never know. Can only think of one thing at a time. We'll carry on doing this actually, it's fun. What's behind me? Nothing.
Bye.